Hey guys, welcome to the second match, game number 21, the exciting doubleheader on Super Saturday. So the teams in question are LSG, PBKS. On paper, I think both teams look well sorted now. As you can see, only Rabada is someone who's come in for Punjab. And both teams are doing well pretty much with LSG in top two, Punjab there and about. So it's going to be an exciting match. So in terms of first 11, any initial thoughts on LSG? Do you see any changes, Santi?
Yeah, I think if Quinton de Kock is fit and not ill or sick anymore, then I can see him coming in for Myers because they didn't utilize Myers as a bowler also in the last game. So purely as a batter. So I can see QDK coming in as one possibility. Strong possibility, I think.
Yeah, agreed. I think QDK top form last year. Mayers obviously two back-to-back failures. Harsh reality of being a foreign player in IPL. You don't
Yeah,
get many chances. So yeah, I also feel this is bound to happen. Do you see them
yeah.
going for an extra spinner maybe, like instead of a Uncapped? Because LSG has sort of shown some spinning. Like
Who are their options here? Like of Amit Mishra has done fairly well. Matlab, fine in the one of the games. He's kind of a wicket taker. Wood,
they
I
have a
don't
Krishnappa
see.
Gautam. They have a
Right,
Krishnappa
right,
Gautam. So I feel they might go for a Gautam on
right.
Unadkat because if you see Unadkat, all four games he has
All
sort of,
four reds.
yeah, all four
Yep,
reds. So,
yep.
same thing with Huda, but then Huda gives you that sort of flexibility, bowling,
Yeah,
batting. So I think
I
Unadkat is
think
some.
Buddha is an integral player. Right, yeah, yeah. I think they even used Krishnappa Gautam as a
Yeah,
impact player in a couple
initial
of
games.
games.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Right.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I also think yeah. So what about Punjab? Do you see any changes happening in Punjab with Livingston back? I think we are still not sure of his injury, but
Rajapaksa, I think, yeah. If Livingston comes in, I think Rajapaksa makes way for him.
yeah, same. So yeah, I think that is what they'll be sweating on his fitness because he would even will give you those spinning overs at club,
Exactly.
which should.
Right.
Any other
Right.
changes do you see? Do you see them going for an extra spinner in tomorrow's game? Does a Raza play instead of a short, or do you see any Indian sort of spinners coming in?
Are they playing on the red soil pitch or this is in Lucknow, right?
Yeah, this is Lucknow.
Okay, they haven't told. I don't know if it's the red soil or the black soil pitch.
Yeah, no, I'm also not sure. But both the games, at least when Lucknow was bowling, they were pretty good. When they
Yeah,
batted, I remember the first game they did really well. That is because of
yeah,
Mayers, right? Mayers had an exceptional knock.
right.
But generally, I feel Lucknow so far among all pitches has been the most sort of conducive to bowling. I
Bowling. Yeah, yeah. I think especially if Livingston plays, they already have three spinning options in Brar, Chahar, and Livingston. So I'm not sure if they're going to go for an additional spinner. What do you think? Do
I
you
I
have any?
I feel the role of Rishi Dhawan in this team is very odd, right? Like he's an impact
Yeah,
player who is not batting, who's not bowling. He just came
yeah,
for scoring one ball, one run. I feel
yeah,
this is a spot they are still sort of figuring out. And I
yeah,
was just trying to look at who they could give, and no one sort of comes out, right? Like no one is in their squad whom I can say clearly makes it to the team, or
yeah,
we don't have enough information. Maybe a Mohit Rathi sort of gets another go. But this
yeah.
spot of 12, the impact player rule is actually hurting from what I feel.
Correct. What do you think, Short? Does he bowl at some point? Do you think they
Uh,
utilize his bowling?
I think he did like that's an actually a very interesting sort of fantasy last game with Shot
Yeah,
coming and bowling a few overs. He's a
yeah,
close, yeah, you have to keep close eye on it because if
right.
there is a possibility that he gets a couple of overs tomorrow, it might be a good fantasy asset to have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Saying about fantasy,
Maybe a good differential pick. We can dive straight into the.
yeah, we can go directly. Any sure names for goodbyes that come to your mind on top of your head?
Yeah, I think, the one with the consistency that he's been play. I know he failed last game, but he's always a reliable play in general.
Yeah,
Shikhar Dhawan.
lot of
Then,
greens.
Yeah. Then in the bowling department, again, Arshdeep will give you wickets more often than not. Wood is someone, again, a wicket-taking option, especially on a pitch like Lucknow. Right.
I think all of them are
Mm.
pretty reasonable, not even premium there. 8.5, most of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think great bowlers. In terms of like let's look at Lucknow. So do you feel a Krunal is a goodbye tomorrow, or do you think still a lot of people would be apprehensive, can be an X factor? Or what would you do about Krunal?
I think is a differential pick. We know with the options that are available in this game, I think it's easy to overlook him. So I think Krunal would be a good differential pick because he is going to bowl, and he comes two down or three down, so he's probably going to get to bat as well. So I think he's a good pick. Who does, it doesn't look like he's a very high upside player, but he can actually low key give you a lot of points. In that green, like 34 runs and three wickets. That is what he can do if he has a good day. So,
Right.
um, yeah.
What
What
do you?
about Sam Curran? Do you
Yeah.
think is he a premium buy? Is he an X factor?
I think I think still Sam Curran is in most of the teams. He's still chipping.
Yeah,
Last match also you saw him chipping with 22 and one wicket. So
yeah,
still not a, I would not say he's an X factor, but he still continue to be a
yeah,
good pick
yeah.
because most of the people are still loading up with Curran, and
Right.
rightly so, right? Like he provides you the dimensions. He's surely coming at 5 or 6 for Punjab. Is bowling the
Yeah,
10th over, got Shubman Gill yesterday. So yeah, Curran I think
right,
continues to be a good pick for me.
right, right, right. What
What?
do you think AL finally starts coming good? Because that is a very tough call. Like, is he a differential at this point, or is he still a good buy?
Hmm.
How do you look at it?
I like personally, it is a bold call, but I feel KL Rahul is an avoid for me right now.
Okay.
Considering the pitch is also not that
Yeah,
conducive to batting, plus the
yeah,
form Arshdeep is, Rabada, we know what he is like.
yep,
Even
yep,
Karan can be really lethal if the ball starts swinging initially.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Rahul
yeah.
got the best of Nick for 11 million. I think for me
Right,
personally,
right, right. He's quite expensive.
yeah,
I think wait and watch. Even I would agree. He doesn't
very bold
seem
call
to
by us,
be in
but
red
yeah,
hot form either.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think as of now, uh, Rahul does feel like that. And
Do you
see,
pick Livingston if he plays? Does he walk into your team?
absolutely, I think he's going to be the X factor, like something like what Brooks was today, because this is a
Yeah,
guy coming with that English culture of not like sort of waiting, just
yeah,
going for it. And Livingston, he has pedigree in the past. He has proved. I think his
right,
play walks into my team as an X factor. Yeah.
right, right. I agree.
What do you think about sort of the middle order, right? Like of LSG, like these Toynesses and Purans. They no one generally picks because they come so low, but the innings they played at Chinnaswamy, right, 65 and 62.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think they are?
Amazing single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they come into the fantasy equation now, or still like will not like pursue that much?
I think with Puran, I would still wait and watch because innings like these, he has not produced them with enough consistency. Like Hetmeyer has been performing consistently for RR. So someone like him, you can pick with more confidence now. But I think Puran, I would still wait to see more consistency from him. And I think Stoinis, my I wouldn't say concern, but the question mark with Stoinis is how many balls is he going to face as a batter? And he's not been bowling 4 overs either. But so maybe he's a differential. I wouldn't put him in a good buy, but a differential because a lot of people will be apprehensive in buying him. But he can perform. He can give you those quick 30, quick 40, even if he gets the last 4 or 5 overs and maybe out of nowhere come and take one or two wickets like Russell did today.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
I think slow pitch Stoinis, I can see maybe gets that 1 over
yeah,
and if you're lucky. So yeah, it can be a good differential. He comes above Puran, sort of has come
Yeah,
back to form. So yeah, I think he can be a decent differential.
yeah,
Agreed.
yeah,
And then what do you think about the bowling, right? Like of both the teams. I think Bishnoi and Avesh and Wood, all three were sort of doing well for the first two games. Then if you
yeah.
look at their team, it's been pretty much red or yellows, right? Do you
Right.
see sort of a Bishnoi and a Wood still being that strong?
I think bowlers like Wood, Bishnoi, they'll always take wickets. I know Bishnoi hasn't picked in the last couple of games because I think teams are looking to play him out now in those middle overs, play risk-free cricket, play him out. Maybe Wood has a little higher chances if he comes in the death overs where the batters have no choice but to go after him. So I think Wood, I would definitely count on. I think he'll be one if he plays all the games, might be in as one of the front runners for Purple Cap. Um, Bishnoi, I don't know. Like my main concern is they might start playing him out in the middle of this. What are your thoughts, Jammu?
Jammu, I wanted a question to you on the spinners, right? I wanted to ask your opinion on Amit Mishra and Chahar because both of
Yeah,
them leg spinners, very crucial for side. Amit Mishra has now suddenly become the impact player for LSG, and both
yeah.
of them on a Lucknow track, which sort of supports a bit of spinners. What do you think about these two players?
Uh, it depends on, say, how the captains want to use them. See, one problem I find with Chahar is uh, he's not your classic leg spinner, right? He does not fly the ball as much. He just tries to hold wicket to wicket. So uh, 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 the ones which are not turning are getting taken away for them. So Chahar for me is definitely someone who's not going to give you 3 or 4 wickets. Whereas the track that Lucknow had last time, a guy like Amit Mishra definitely sort of becomes an X factor. One for the budget, but the only challenge is if you have a Bishnoi bowling four, if you have a Kunal bowling four, then if you know he gets taken away for runs in the first couple of overs, right? He might not get his quota for the 4 overs, right? So he's definitely an X factor sort of a pick, but is he? It depends on about the sort of combination LSG is using before he comes into the bowling attack, and at the same time, how successful those bowlers before him are. So uh, even for the same matter, right? Avesh, I think if the previous match was an indicator of how the Lucknow pitch will play. A lot of batsmen will go hard in the power play, try to take the fast bowlers for run. And at the same time, in the middle over, they try to stabilize the innings, push those ones and twos, and then try to make sure that they're rotating more often rather than taking unnecessary or undue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Agreed.
Agreed. Let's actually look at some of
Guys,
the other.
coming to two
Hmm.
players that came to my mind are, Short and QDK. If they play, what are your thoughts on these two players?
I think
The
QDK is
short,
definitely a very good buy, a very good option because uh, uh, he bats at the top of the order and he's a keeper. The only sort of challenge that I have, people with who are not coming from game form, right? Like they might be coming from their international duties, but now
yeah,
they've been sitting out for a week and a half, right? So it does get to you as a batsman that you're slightly rusty, but given the set of exposure they get during the nets, it's always good. So uh, I feel QDK is still a wait and watch for me. I'm not sure if he's gonna fire right from the word go. And even looking at how KL has been performing, there is some other pressure that is always there on his opening partner to come out all guns blazing. So QDK is definitely not in my team for today.
Okay.
what about short?
I feel Short might struggle on this pitch.
Yeah, it's not a
Given the
batting.
fact that exactly, so he's someone who likes pace, who likes those bouncy Australian pitches. So if there is a matchup that I'm looking at, Krunal might get the better of luck.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's look at some of the uncapped picks, right? Like for tomorrow, who do you think potential? I don't see any. There is just a Badoni option here, but Punjab has three options for Prabsimran, Jitesh, and which would be the two names most exciting to both of you?
I like
Jitesh,
Jitesh a little more. Yeah, Jitesh. Yeah, he's also a
Jitesh and
keeper.
I feel a definite pick can for tomorrow's game be Brown. He bowled really well, and I'm going by what LSG's the Lucknow's track is. I'm certain he's gonna get some grip. He bowls really well in terms of being a little slow through the air. He gets that extra bounce and that extra spin from the wicket. So the wicket in Lucknow is definitely gonna help him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think my order would be also Bra, Jitesh, and then sort of depending on who bats first, maybe a Prabsimran or a Badoni, because Badoni is
yeah,
someone, though he doesn't get many overs, he's a good uncapped, like sort of will give you those 30, 40
Yeah,
points, comes,
yeah,
gets the batting. His role is assigned as the one to finish. So we can see a Badoni coming out at four also in any match. That's my personal feeling that a Badoni, if you
yeah,
require 40, might be coming at pushed up to four also to finish because that's
yeah.
how they're defining his role. So yeah, I think uncapped wise, I would also go for Brar and Jitesh as my first two. Captaincy, right? It's going to be a little tricky tomorrow because you have these great bowlers from both like Bishnoi, Ashdeep Wood, whereas you have a prime Dhawan in form and Karan is always hanging around with a lot of X factors which you have listed.
Yeah.
Which is the name which comes to your mind as your captain for tomorrow's game?
This is tricky.
yeah. I probably go with Dhawan on the form. I know he missed out on the last game, but he can still give you. He plays the risk-free cricket according to me. So
Yeah,
if he goes past 20, he always makes sure he's converting it to a good 40, 50, 80. So
yeah,
that one will be my captaincy choice. And then Karan is always around with doing all the things, batting, bowling, fielding. So these two are my first choices. And then you cannot even go past it, the likes of Wood, uh, Bishnoi at times, Arshdeep. So I think after these two, it's more on what the conditions are and then what,
yeah,
what the outcome of the toss is.
yeah. Yeah, I think I agree. Dhawan, Curran are like as reliable as they get uh, in terms of picks for captain, vice captain.
All right. I think yeah, same
Do
same.
you? I think I just go back to the discussion around Puran. If say LSG are batting first, would you want to see a Puran coming say higher in the order than someone like Stoin? Because a left armer in the ranks and two wrist spinners in Amit Mishra and Vishnu. I think he has a very good chance of clearing the field. Especially the way he plays that mid wicket and the square leg region. So, do
Sorry,
you think he can?
who?
Puran.
Curran,
Do you think Puran can be destructive? Given his recent form, his recent exploits, and
Yeah, Puran
the
again
fact that the
against
match
Brar.
across Australia.
Puran against Brar is a very exciting sort of matchup. Puran versus Brar, Puran versus Chahar. I think yeah, definitely there is that whole idea of him being top form. He can come and destroy the spinners, especially Brar, your left arm spinner to Puran, whack it above the mid wicket. Yeah, so that is actually an exciting option. Right now, we have kept him wait and watch because that is the sort of how they have defined right the role of Puran. Puran is not someone that Gambhir. I don't think so. He looks at him also that he requires him every match. He's as his last option as someone who can just go there. No pressure on him. Like I think what they have done is they have released complete pressure from Puran that you are supposed to go and win a match for us. No, you are supposed to go and do what you do the best. You are absolutely allowed to do that free. You do have that free role in my team, and that's what we saw, right? He trying to hit a
Yeah,
Siraj when he did not require to. And I don't think so even Gambhir or Rahul are putting that pressure on him. So I
yeah.
don't see him taking more responsibility in this team from that point of view. I just still see him that someone who just comes and absolutely destroys opposition's last 6 overs, last 7 overs. But yeah, if he starts coming up, then definitely
yeah, then he's a great option. Yeah, yeah, Agreed.
All right.
My bad, I was just speaking listing the LSG logos. I
Yeah.
was referring to Brar and Jahan.
I think let's have some dream level picks, right? Like what do you think? So certain names are like which we have straight away spoken, who come in
Yeah. Karan,
Dhawan, your Bishnoi, your
Arshdeep,
Wood,
Wood, Bishnoi.
I think
And pick
Krunal.
Krunal as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else that is sure? I think
Dream 11, I'll pick them if LSG are batting first.
I think, yeah, I mean, Dream
Maybe.
11, even Livingston, I would probably
okay.
think.
And
So do you think he plays or they still monitor him? Because to me, he looks,
that is
Yeah, maybe we can put
he might not play. Yeah.
an asterisk, maybe. Yeah.
yeah.
If LSG bat first, I think we can include Puran because he might still get those good 30-odd deliveries.
Puran, right?
If LSG are batting
Yeah,
first, you can
that
include it in the
important.
differentials.
Yep, agreed. I think tomorrow I see four Dream 11 having this combination better than like having your four bowlers. I think that's a good option.
Yeah.
Batsman wise, do you see another one batsman who surely makes to your team? I think Rahul in a Dream 11 still makes it because he'll give you those sort of 30-40 runs possibly.
Yeah.
I think we can still go for a Rahul. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think then we can have our differentials based on this. So Puran is someone definitely who becomes my wicket keeper when they are batting, and same thing with Jitesh, right? Like Jitesh sort of
Yeah.
becomes this in terms of batting for LSG. If they are batting first, do you which batsman do you go for?
Maybe a QDK can be a differential in Delhi if he just scores a quick 30 and gets out.
And if Punjab is batting first, do you go for a shot, or do you still go for a QDK and Mayers?
I think I'll still go for a QBK. For
Then
me, yeah, for me, short is. I'm just going by what the track had
Is
was good
QDK
last
listed
time.
as a keeper right now? Would he'd come on?
yeah, I think this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
keeper, but yeah,
QBK is a keeper.
like two keepers in Dream 11.
Right.
You can put him there. Okay. What about our bowlers, right? Like, do you see anyone you pick up tomorrow based on?
What are your thoughts on Rabada? What in Dream 11?
Yeah, I think if LSG is batting first, he comes with his death over, so he becomes a good option. Same thing with I think with Avesh, right? Like they'll try to hit him, and he might still get your wickets when Punjab is batting. So I think Avesh surprisingly bowled 2 overs even when he got a very bad over against RCB. So I think that's the confidence which Rahul is sort of giving Avesh to come in terms of depth.
Yeah.
Uh,
If Punjab is batting first, I want to look at someone like Amit Mishra because the leg spinners in the middle overs, right? They can. So what I've sort of seen with the captain is he uses Bishnoi, more often up front, just coming out of power play or an over at the end of the power play. But at the same time, Mishra is the one who will be controlling your middle overs. Say if he gets his quota of 4 overs. So based on the pitch conditions, he can definitely be a differential.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed. Mishra, I think they'll try to attack and yeah, he might get you. And that's what happened, right? Kohli also lost his wicket trying to over
Yeah.
attack. Old
To an
war.
extremely bad ball. Yeah.
Exactly. If LSG is batting first, do you see a Chahar sort of having a similar effect as a Mishi? Bhai?
I don't think so. I think
I
the
think
likes
Mishra
of
is more
Stoin
prone.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Think
no, Stoin and Puran. I think they can take Chahar to the teams. I think they can actually going by the form, right? I do see them hitting someone for like 2 or 3 sixes in the middle over. So for that particular reason, I don't consider Rahul. Yeah.
Got it. I think we have already, for coming to captaincy, vice captaincy, we had Dhawan as one of the captains, and like
Dhawan, Kieran. Yeah.
for this segment, I would like both of you to tell me one captains which you feel like your gut and a very sort of bold captaincy, and any quick thoughts on why you are telling that.
Would if
Uh,
Punjab are batting first.
Sorry.
It's Mark Wood. If Punjab are batting first, Mark Wood becomes. Yeah.
okay. I think my bold call, if Livingston plays, I'll take a shot with Livingston if he's playing. Um, if he's not playing, again, these are for a reason called bold calls. I would even would try putting QDK as a captain and see how it goes.
Yeah, I think both Livingston QDK, though it's their first games, just that sort of form
Yeah,
and sort of past pedigree they have shown in IPL. So yeah, I think in terms of my agreement, I'm still very much on Markwood and Livingston, because these would be also my bold calls, because Markwood has taken 5 wickets already, can come and just
yeah,
take you out at the death.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm also pretty much on those lines, and we have our safe captains as Dhawan and Karan. All right, I think exciting game, and the winner moves cements more strongly into top four, especially LSG.
Yeah,
They go top of the table if
yeah.
they win, and Punjab is back in the reckoning. So yeah, exciting
Right.
game, second game, and so yeah, looking forward to it.
Yes. All the best.
All the best, guys, and yeah, may you have a great match.